What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classic Line Blog. You know I want to say God bless America when I'm standing beside the American flag. And I just want you guys to thank you so much for all your well wishes on, I'm telling my birthdays, passings of my family, this channel, buildings, new construction, old construction, rentals. Listen, the best is yet to come. Thank you so much for the 10 years on this channel. And I just want to thank you for all the things that you guys have contributed to my life and that I contribute to yours. And so listen, I hope this year can be even better, and I hope you grab the book, All Roads Lead to Real Estate. We're talking about digital real estate, online to the real dirt in your hand, and we'll have lots of good commentary inside that book to help you navigate. How can you grow in this economy and also grow and play Monopoly in real life for you and your family? You guys, this doesn't have to be the worst time in our economy. It can be one of the best if you make a decision and move forward in your life. This is your girl, Erica. Thank you. What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Erica from the Classic Line Blog. Listen, we're still on vacation, but we just had to bring this one. This is pre-recorded, so by the time you see this, hey, what's up? Drop your city and state in the chat as usual. Don't leave me hanging. Let's go there for a second, y'all. Let's really get into it. You see your boy Tyler Perry, and again, we y'all are attacking him left and right on Facebook, and I get it. He always makes the same crap, terrible stuff. He wrote the script in 4 hours. It's very one-dimensional, yada yada. And let's just be honest, his audience don't care. I'm not even his audience. I stumbled across half the movie because our family had some gathering, and I just kept looking over there. I'm like, what in the world are they watching? What's going on? The craziness to me is his audience that watches this are older aunties that probably are stressed. They work at jobs they don't like, etc., etc. So, hey, this their movie. They get it. It's very expensive to be poor. If you look back at Germany in the 1930s, one of the things they removed out of stuff for you guys to learn in Germany was about classism. About classism. Now, let's go there for a second. The number one thing men love running online say, well, you guys just got to choose better. They even had a post going viral the other day talking about, if she was married, this wouldn't have happened. Now, let's go ahead and do the math. When it comes to white Americans, I think the number for couples in poverty is like 22%. It's pretty high. It's millions of white people that are together in a relationship and they are in poverty, dire poverty. Okay. Now, when it comes to black people, black married people, 8% are in poverty out of the millions of married black people. Okay. Which I think is like 5 million and some change of men, 5 million, some change for women, right? Black women. So you're talking about 10 million black people. 8% of them are in dire poverty when they're married. So is there some hinge to that? If you had some second income, it'd help you for sure. Things happen. But ultimately, poverty, when I come on this channel and I talk about numbers, it drives people crazy. Because they're going to give you the what about this? What about that? What about my mama? What about my cousin? What about all these other people? I don't find black people to be extremely poor. I find their choices to be poor. Again, we see the countless stories of people saying, I had my child and I was almost homeless and yada, yada. And things happen and I just fell down pregnant. We all know that story. We've seen it a million times. These are women in their 30s talking about they fell down pregnant. These women in their 20s fall down pregnant. But women that are nurses and really going to work and really have careers don't fall down pregnant. Okay, I recently know a couple people who they found a very wealthy man, a couple different ladies I know, and all of a sudden they magically is pregnant and married and going on down the road. And this was one of the white ladies I know who's very much like, I don't need no man. All of a sudden, wealthy white man come by. Oh, yeah, I need one. So you got to understand there's always context. And really the biggest part of this story is networking means a lot. Who you're around, who you're bumping into. Like when I share my family stories, like, one quick one real quick. I was complaining about a builder's permit in a city in Texas. Come to find out my cousin actually dated the black person in that city that's on the approval board. Small, tiny world. If you're inside the land grab course, I'll talk more about it. If you're inside, I'll share the secret in there. But at the end of the day, I was like, oh my God, it's such a small world. And in the black community, we think everybody lives like me. Everybody going to church on Sunday. I've met grown black people who've never been to church. I meet grown black people. There's 46, 47, 50, whatever million. The number's always a lie. Black people out there, there's 50 million ways to be black. I've met many of foster kids, never been to church one time, never been, never went to Disneyland, never went to a lot of things. So when you start talking and say, well, I'm a military kid and I lived here, there. Oh, well, I know military people. Y'all don't be doing that much. I'd be like, you know all the military people? No, you don't. So hush. So I want you to understand that proximity is everything. The reason you keep seeing all these basketball players and football players date the same women is because they're in proximity. They carry themselves in a way of that class is okay with. The reason Blake Griffin was with a white baby mama of a football player, another a white football player, and had multiple kids with her and lived life with her in a mansion is because that's her world. She played at Stanford. She's been in Ivy League circles. Now, nobody Ivy League's gonna marry her because she has these, 5 kids now. But she gets paid $3 million a year in child support. So y'all can go look her up if you want to. Again, Blake Griffin's baby mama, if you want to look her up. She good. She making, you call me when you make $3 million a year in child support. That's why this argument about child support cracks me up, because again, the data still shows the national average is 247. Now let's say we adjust a little bit. Somebody said, well, Erica is going up. It's up to 357 is what someone told me last time they checked the white papers. I will adjust my number. I will go research it and adjust, but all the documentation was like 247 national average. So maybe it went up a bit. No problem. If you're a man paying $800,000 a month in child support, what does that mean? You're not average. You're not a low paid American. You probably have a career. You probably have a skill. Okay. At one point, I have a cousin who was paying $1,000 a month and he was crying and crying. Everybody's like, you make $8,000 a month. You pay the girl $1,000, but you make $8,000. Are you, this is bankrupting. It's bankrupting me. It's bankrupting me. So we tell him, go to court, get your child in if it's that bad. Guess what he did? He went to court and got full custody of his son. Y'all, the court's basing it off reset. Resources, stability, housing. Okay, again, so every time these brothers come online and say, well, they wouldn't give me custody. Were you living at your mama house? Did you have your own title of your name? Did you have your own situation? Do you have a career? Have you been in the job longer than 6 months? Like, there's a list of things that they're going to ask and they're going to critique and go, yeah. Are you self-representing? Do you have a lawyer? Did you pay a lawyer? We had one of our cousins didn't want to pay a lawyer $500. He's like, $500. We're like, then you ain't serious. Because having a kid, getting a kid is not cheap. Okay. But let's get to it. I know y'all already ready to be mad with me, so let's get into it, okay? And first we're gonna talk a little bit of this messiness. I'm gonna show the video, but then I'm also gonna show you some of the what we should be doing in general. Standard 101 basics. Don't overcomplicate it. Here we go. Let's get into it. This is her. The sad face started. Okay, I'm gonna read you what it says. Did y'all see the lady on TikTok that found out her cousin, who was like her sister to her, was screwing her husband for over a year? And the cousin just had a baby shower. So I'm pretty sure that child is that man's child. After she gave him her whole 401k to pay off his child support, he cleared her savings and left her with the kids. Her GoFundMe's in the comments. But let me just go ahead and be clear with y'all. What was the emergency? Why did the child support, there are so many steps when you go get your money out your 401k, like the person, the fiduciary that's over the account, when you try to say, hey, I have a emergency, I need to take liquidate, I need to fill out this piece of paper, 9 times out of 10 they're going to ask you, did you want to do a loan against your 401k? Did you want to do a loan against? Do you want to see if you qualify for a loan against? Okay, that's the first thing. Right? They don't ever want you to get the money because they're going to tax that money. And you're not even going to get that full money. You're going to get a heavy tax on that money. So that's first thing first, right there. Right? So as soon as I heard that, I was like, that don't even sound logical, because she'd have been taxed. Okay? She'd have been taxed. Okay? And 2, they'd have asked her questions. So she's losing half the money coming out the gate. And then that money she gave, okay, come on, that don't even make sense. So let me keep it pushing. Next, what was his child support preventing? Were they going to take his taxes this year? We don't care. Were they going to start garnishing his wages? Okay, that affects your daily household. But guess what? You still had what? Your 401k. Guess what? You still had what? Savings. So what? They were going to garnish his taxes and his paycheck. Now, people say, Erica, you're cruel because I'm calling the woman slow. We've all been finessed. We've all been tricked once or twice in life. But we can watch people's actions unless we're in a deep, dark, cold denial. That's why when all these women come online, oh, he cheated, he was doing all this, and then all of a sudden it comes out later, he was abusive, he was this, that. But see, they gave you all this fake front because they had to protect their relationship, right? Like this man has been a troublesome character for years for it to be at this rate. Okay, let's go ahead and go. Let's get into it. Let me play it. So anyway, you go down here. Here's the video. I'm gonna let this play and put the audio on. Is it gonna play? Hold on, let me see if it let me. Hold on.
Things. And for you to be doing this to me, who has never done anything like this to you, who would never, ever do anything like this to you. Ever. Anybody. I don't do this kind of stuff. I thought you loved me. I thought you cared about me. I thought you wanted the best for me. Why is this happening to me? What did I do? Why do I deserve this from you?
You don't. You don't.
So then why? Why? Why me? Why is this me? Why am I here? Why am I here having this conversation with you?
All right. So let's even go there. That's her talking to the cousin. I would never talk to this woman again. This woman will be dead to me. Oh, Erica, bloodsticker war. No. Listen to me. There are millions of penises out there. This woman will be dead to me. She couldn't say anything to me. You want to take a nap? What you doing? Okay, go ahead. She could never talk to me again. My phone number would be changed. I would be at the court already with a lawsuit to sue this man. See, when we have already alleviated the force of anger to the other person, again, this is something no one wants to hear and they don't like it because they're like, that's breaking girl code, Erica. Those women have made no vows to you. I know that drives y'all crazy, but those women have made no oaths to you. They've made no vows to you. They haven't pledged allegiance to your marriage or your church, or they haven't stood up in front of God and said, this is my person I'm making a covenant with. That covenant is between them and before God. That's why those women always want to go be mad at the other woman. Hey, girl, you making it hard for me. Baby, your anger is misplaced. That's how I know you ain't even ready. You still wearing your wedding ring. 1, 2, you're still talking to her. Why did I deserve this? No one deserves it. I already want her to go get therapy because the identification of doing this to me. Now, I'm going to say something, y'all not going to like it. She's got the glasses on. Y'all feeling sorry for her. She's got I'm just a mom, but some tattoos are showing out that sleeve. I know y'all don't like respectability politics, but look, we don't find sketchy men by accident. Do you know what I'm saying? You got like people think they can build a person into somebody else. Again, we see it with men too. Men will get some woman because she's exciting in bed and she dresses scantily. Yeah, I'm gonna take her home and do what? Try to marry her? Try to make her go to church with your family? Try to change who she is? That doesn't work. Same with men. If you have to realize, can I walk beside this man, how he is dressed today, how he's acting today, and the job he has today, if it never changes? A lot of people, nah, hell no, I'm good, I'm out, right? And this is a big fear for people because they have attached themselves to somebody else. Now, again, you guys can always go see, this is her setting up the baby. She just left from setting up the baby, what do you call it? The baby shower for her cousin. So I'm going to expand this. Decorating her baby shower in the hot sun and sweating out my silk press, but only for my sister, my person, my blood, my birthday twin. Again, they share birthdays. I'm telling you, this woman be dead. I miss Easter with my sweet babies to be there with her, only to fly home, and 2 weeks later find her in my husband's phone, performing for him, while pregnant, videos, photos, daily conversations. They talked almost every day for a year. He sent her thousands while our family struggled to make ends meet. His love language is gifts. I asked God, no, I begged him to show me, but God, he showed me who doesn't deserve access to me, his daughter, his prophet. Now, first of all, stop with the prophet stuff. It drives me crazy. It's too much. Y'all are just going out of there. God ain't in this. Okay. Don't like God was showing you years before this. Okay. About this man. Don't let's not, if you really is a prophet, God showed you many moons before about this man and his behavior. Like let's really stop that. That kind of irks me to no end because I feel it's very blasphemous. Just to be honest, I think they're very blasphemous to even say that there's some type of prophet. Who called you? You know, who trained you? Like, stop it. All right. So already that's my problem. That's my problem. Like, my problem with this is it doesn't make any sense. He emptied my savings. I gave him my 401k to help his child support debt because I believed in us and the family. I left my job to start a business and heal. Now I'm left with nothing. I'm in therapy 3 times a week, trying to show up for my 4 babies, trying to create a summer they'll remember for good, not for grief, trying to rebuild a life that feels shattered. I share my journey. OJ, let's just come on. After 7 years of marriage, 12 together. That means they were together 5 years before they married. So she got a full on display of who this man was. I found out my husband has been having an emotional and intimate affair with my first cousin. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. This man Ben showed this woman who he was, what he was about. Let's stop. Let's stop the madness. Okay, I'm gonna click on her GoFundMe because I am. I'm eventually. Give me a second. We're gonna get there. But I'm showing you this because, again, I have a video. I talk about Harry Hippo, the song. My grandma really loves that song. Harry Hippo. Harry Hippo is a heroin addict who's on the ground. This is what's his name? That guy that's real sketchy. Bobby Womack. Bobby Womack sings it. Okay, Harry Hippo. And so Harry Hippo on the ground, right? And you want to help Harry Hippo because he's struggling with drugs, but Harry on the ground, okay? And you can't help him while he want to lay on the ground. When Harry want to get done with the drugs, he can call you. Harry Hippo's lady, okay, she gonna tell you a story so good you want to give her money. That's essentially the song, right? We have people in our society that fit this. If you have 4 kids, and let's really go there, a unstable husband, what on earth would make you think you could quit your job? You start the business at night when the kids go to bed. That's really the truth of it. I mean, I really like when people say, well, Erica, that's just easy for you to say because this and this and that, you're single and you moved around. Like, it's harder for me. It's harder for me. These people have built-in support care systems. That wasn't the case for me till just recently. And then when I first started my business, I had a very serious relationship. I'm telling y'all, like, having someone help you cook at home, having someone, hey, like, take a break, get off the computer, girl, come on, let's go to dinner, baby. Let's go. Like, that's why I'm so advocate for the calendar. When I talk to you about the calendar and planning your calendar and planning your year, the reason I talk about that is I saw people almost jump off a bridge. Let's just say that. Because they didn't have balance in their life. That's why I made the whole video against monk mode. People out here celebrating you being antisocial, no plans. I'm just going to work every day like a Hebrew slave. That's crazy. That's crazy. Right? And we don't empty our savings to pay his child support debt if we started a business. That's so backwards, y'all. That's the dumbest thing I've heard all month. That's literally when I say this woman's slow. They're like, Erica, you can't call people slow. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I mean, just the word is slow. You know, everybody gonna give, oh, no. Again, this is one of the most just ridiculous comments. I remember watching an old YouTube video where a black man told his followers to date black women first just to use them. He said to act helpless, let them pay bills, drive their cars, add you to their accounts, then steal enough to start your new life with a foreign woman. After that, mistreat the black women so she breaks up with you and she'll go find another black man to build up while you enjoy your life she helped you start. Let me tell you something. I have heard that. I have actually seen podcast videos where the guy was like, "Oh, I just made it so miserable," so she'd filed for the divorce, and the one of the black guys on this panel was like, "Oh, I've never heard of that." He's like, "Oh, I know plenty of guys who've done it." Now we're not gonna have a man bashing time here, but I'm gonna because that's a whole video within itself. But let's click on this GoFundMe because we just, oh Lord, just ridiculous. Okay, let me actually, I gotta switch screens. That might help. Okay, here's this. Now, as she goes more viral, okay, Precious Johnson. Let me tell you right now, if your mama named you Precious from the late 1990s, 80s, baby, good luck. That's like your mama naming you Jerome, Jaquavius, all these ridiculous extra syllable names. I already know what time it is. Right? Y'all can say, Erica, you're name shaming. You have a white girl name. Okay, cool. I'll take that. I'll take it. My middle name's Shantae, so it's not like we're named after TV. Our parents were in the military overseas, so we're like Eric Levon, Erica Shantae, the French, right? And Dominique Michel is my siblings' names for those very reasons, because they were like, well, let me stop because I can go on a tangent. All right. So your support will help give me breathing room to continue therapy, hire legal help, and give my kids a summer full of light instead of darkness. This will help me find my voice again and create a safe, honest space. Oh, Lord. McKinney, Texas. Girl, you in Texas. You better go get a job tomorrow and keep it moving. I'm sorry. Girl, not a small business owner, content creator, sharing my journey of motherhood, healing, self-love. Man, journey your A to a job. You in Texas? I thought she was gonna be say somewhere like Mississippi, Alabama, somewhere else. Nah, ma'am, go ahead and get a job. Go ahead and go back get a job. Okay, so she got 6K. Now I'm gonna tell you this: the woman that called the little boy the N-word and she raised $500,000. Okay, the people that, be careful how I say this. The people that do really awful racial things raise plenty of money. So again, if you watch Tyler Perry's Straw, go ahead and go give her about $5-10. Go on over there. Like, I advocate for it. Help the sister out. Clearly, she needs all the help she can get. Okay. Now, of course, many people were in the comments going, sprinkle. That's why you need a wealthy man. That's why you got to pick better. Now, there was a lot of black people in the comments, okay, saying, ooh, Jesus. Make sure you pay his insurance because, whatever. Right. A lot of people in the comments were like, voodoo. Now, this is why it cracked me up. The black community always talking about Christian stuff. And of course, this woman called herself a prophet. And then all the black people in the comments talking about voodoo. Very interesting. I just want y'all to understand, y'all practicing Santeria. What's going on? Okay. Anyways, again, why would we cash out our 401k? Now let's go on to the whiteboard of truth and justice, and I'm gonna wrap this up because I know y'all like, Erica, this petty. Ooh, you petty. Like, yeah, okay. Say whatever you will. That's fine. I'm okay with that. All right. So this is the whiteboard of truth and justice. Look at 401k. I have it at the top. Don't touch. It's a non-touchable unless you in a self-directed. If she told me, hey, I bought rental properties, me and my husband, and he took off and he stole the money or he's changed the deed on the rent. Oh my God, that's terrible. But she sounded like she liquidated her 401k and gave it to this. No, that we don't do that, baby. We don't do that. That's not what we do. Okay, so let's go down here. Bank savings. So if he cleared out the bank savings and they were on same account, okay, I will go ahead and go take that to court. That part I'm gonna take to court and say abandonment charges, fraud, embezzlement, stealing from the family, the children, etc. I'm already gonna do that. Fund ride. Now again, this is where you should be starting. Okay, bank savings. Right, she was smart to have some, but really that's why I tell y'all bank CDs because there's a little bit of process signing to get them, closed out. A little 2-step process. Again, here, Fundrise, Prosper, peer-to-peer lending. I'd have had money put there. Wouldn't have money to sit in savings. Eric, you don't know because you don't. Listen. Don't matter if you have kids. start layering these things so that you can take a loan out against them, but not cash them. Stocks, 8 to 10%. I already told y'all in the Wealth Wednesdays where the average most of these big companies are getting you, and I mean not stocks, I mean companies that manage your money, is 7%. Y'all can go get 8 to 12%. I'm being courteous right here. 8 to 10% returns. Right now, there's a one or two REITs that are going 15% returns, and they ain't missed a payment. Okay, my phone bing every month. Okay, M1 Finance and Stop Out. Okay, so then next, after we just keep cashing here, we just keep throwing money here, but we need our money to really work. Then we go find some land, put a mobile home on it, or a cheap rental. Again, I keep showing y'all in Cleveland, Ohio, and some parts of the South, we'll get a land lot or something for $20K and put a couple trailers on it, or we'll go to Cleveland, get a duplex for 30 something, but it's gonna need a whole 50K to fix it up on the inside, 40 to 50. Right? But you're most likely going to get because the way their duplexes are, the top will have basically like 2 floors. You can get 1,100 to 1,200 out the top floor and 750 to 800 out the bottom floor, depending on how the condition is. Okay, Section 8 and whatnot, and non-Section 8. That's really the going right up there in Cleveland, and people will live there forever. They're not trying to buy houses. And the second reason why I'm saying forever is because people aren't doing the math on if they can buy a home. They're not doing the math on if they can buy a home. Oh yeah, I'm gonna wait a couple years about. No, you're not. Unless you're going through a program, unless you're going through down payment assistance. Like, part of the thing when we finish one of these projects down here is we're gonna offer to pay the closing costs just to get the thing closed. And people are like, oh, I would never, because I want to make the most profits. You're greedy. Spec builders are different. A spec builder is going to make 100,000 to 250,000, depending on the price range. You don't want to pay $8,000 to get it closed faster to make your property stand out. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Or you can just cash out refi. You know, there's most ways to win on this. But again, you're going to start here. I should have put a line between here too, because this is a much bigger level. Developmental real estate, you're going to need access to more capital and also loans, right? A franchisee, right? There is a black man that is the number one, and I'll see if I have it pulled up. I really want y'all to check him out. I think he's amazing. He's from North Carolina. And that's part of, I'm like, he's amazing. But literally, he's the number one franchisee for, is it North Carolina or nationally or whatever? Here he is. For I think it's called Planet Fitness. Planet Fitnesses or something to that effect. Hold on, let me see if I can pull him up. Be nice if I could. He was just on Bigger Pockets. Let me see if I can pull him up. He has a Hawaii mastermind. That's why when people try to tell you this, like they don't know any black people doing well, I'm like, that's you. That's not me. That's you. You don't know any black people doing well. Let me see if I can pull it up. Dang. I wish I could. It's tripping now. I really wanted to show y'all this. Anytime Fitness, I think it's his thing. Anytime Fitness owner. That's what it is. Let me see. Dang, man. I hate that. I hate that when you want to show somebody something cool. Long and the story short, the guy I wanted to show y'all, he's black. He was in the military and he was cutting up. And the guy was like, you want to get put out? He's like, man, what happens to you if I put you out of the military? And the guy goes, I'm most likely going to be in jail, sir, because I'm from one of the poorest counties in North Carolina, which he's actually incorrect. It's the second poorest. Robinson County is number one. And so long and the story short, in the conversation, what ends up happening is the commander that took him under his arm saves his life, and he teaches him how to invest in real estate, how to save in his TSP account, all this stuff. Now you can say, well, Erica, he had help, and I get all that. I do. I really do. Anytime Fitness owner. See if that pull it up. It ain't. It's tripping. But anyway, long story short, I'm gonna do a whole separate video on him just to show y'all my thoughts on it. But the point of that is, it's all about your connections and who you're around and what you know. But to get a franchise, you have to invest serious money. You have to consistently be serious and consistently want to have the best. I guess the word I'm looking for is the best credit, the best funding, all that stuff. So these aren't things to take lightly. But again, part of the evaluation for them when you do go to get this franchise is, what is your 401k look like? Because by the time you come to them, you would have already been working for years. You'd have been working for years. You would have something saved up, right? So anyway, long and story short, my point in all this is, what is a 401k if you had to take from it? It'd have to be emergency surgery, emergency eviction. It'd have to be something so terrible you're like, oh my God, I didn't have a choice. I had to pull from the 401k because I was like, that we were going to be homeless. Like this long kind of drawn out thing. We'd lose everything, right? This woman is liquidating 401ks to pay child support. Why? She still would have to explain this to me. I know y'all think I'm being ridiculous. She'd have to explain to me what happened, that it was an emergency. They were going to take his bank account. They were going to do something to him, right? They were going to arrest him, put him in jail. Okay, all that still doesn't warrant that, right? Erica, he was so stressed out. What really probably happened is he's one of those people that every time, child support catch up on him, he'll quit a job. Because if they're struggling to make ends meet, old boy ain't consistent working. Sorry. No, that's not true, Erica. How can you say that? You don't know there are people. You don't know Black people struggle. I'm telling you, like, that's hard. That's hard to get down bad, that bad. It just is that would be really hard to do, especially when both of you are working. So let's try again. Anyway, home refinance loan, title loan on your car. There's multiple things they could have done if they said, hey, they're getting ready to take his check. They're getting ready to take his taxes. They're getting ready to do all this stuff to him. And guess what? I'd still be like, okay, well, maybe we just got to work hard and pay our debt. You know what I mean? Like, this is kind of ludicrous to me. So anyway, I'm not going to hold y'all on this silly topic for this long. At the end of the day, I want y'all to be really smart about this. And again, I'm going to do a segment on people living off disability. It's a couple making $147,000, but it ain't going to prosper them none because they don't have the right mindset. They ain't out here investing in any of this. They ain't like, let me stock up all these stocks and these investments and let me get my money up and let me buy rental. They ain't doing none of that. They enjoying getting disability. And eventually that train will run dry too. So again, all this stuff has consequences. People do people dirty in life. They'll have consequences. I just saw this story and was just so in shock. I just thought it was the craziest thing I've ever heard. But anyways, you guys, this is your girl Erica, Classic Clown Blog. Thank you guys for watching the channel. Thanks for supporting. Back to sabbatical. I just had to share this one. It just was too crazy. Listen, I don't know about you, but I've started a business so I could do this. Travel, be with friends, be with family, create memories. I didn't do it to sit at the computer all day. I didn't do it so that I could just be in countless emails and Zoom meetings. I did it to create opportunities for myself and opportunities for others. So listen, if that's something that interests you, enjoying time with your friends, being out and about, definitely drop by Erica Williams Classy Clown Blog. Check out the YouTube channel. We've got over 2,000 videos of free information that's actually changed people's lives. People actually post their new jobs, their new careers, their new businesses all the time over at the channel.